Hey guys, we are back with some more Atlanta Thrashers franchise mode in FHM 6. And in this one, we're going to go through the entirety, or at least I hope, we're going to go through the entirety of year number 2. I'm expecting another non-playoff season because the roster really isn't as good as it should be. But it's better, definitely better than last season, as we have Pelton in now. He's a 3-star ability at 29 years of age. I was really just looking to fill out the roster when we signed Pelton in, but he ended up being a 3-star ability, so I'll take it. We also have Rick Nash, who he's drafted in the past drafts. He is a 2-star current ability, 3-star potential. Hopefully that'll go up as his career goes along. And then you also have, where is he? Derek Mckenzie, who I cannot find. Here he is. He's only 1-star ability, but he's got that 2.5-star potential, so we're going to see what he can do in, let's say, the first month. If he's struggling, we'll send him back down. I mean, the game says that he's not really ready for the NHL, but we don't really have too many other options at this point. So we're going to go right to opening night. So unfortunate, Lubos Barteko is out for the next 4 weeks with a finger sprain during preseason. So we're going to send Mckenzie back down now that preseason is over. We're going to get Kaleo into the lineup, or I presume Kaleo is going to go into the lineup since he's the only forward left. And actually, we're going to call up an extra forward just in case. We'll call up Corkum. So here we go. Time to start the regular season against the Carolina Hurricanes on October 11th. Let's see if Rick Nash is able to get his first NHL goal. So first period, Carolina gets a goal. And then the second period, they get 2 more before Peltonen scores his first of the season from Tamer and Stefan. And then Aaron Ward scores. And then Covey with his first of the season from Rick Nash. So Nash gets his first point in his first game. And from Ferraro as well. So unfortunately, the game did not go well for us. But Nash got his first point. So that's a positive there. Peltonen got his first point as a member of the Thrashers. And unfortunately, we have a 5-0 loss against Florida there. That is rough. Yeah, it's looking like another one of those seasons. But we'll see what happens, I suppose, over the next month. But not expecting much. Unfortunately, Kaleo is injured, and currently we are 0-5-1. So that'll happen. That'll happen when you have a roster like this. Ray Ferraro has reached 500 assists on his NHL career. Let's see, what else is there? Rick Nash converts to right wing. Development report, you got Kovalchuk plus speed plus shot blocking. Nash, you got plus shooting accuracy and plus face-offs. Ballard, you got plus fighting plus leadership. Nermanen plus reflexes. Hinlicka went down by 1 for rebounding. And we are currently 0-7-3. Wow. This is yikes. We are, so far, much worse than last season. I was really hoping we would see some improvement, but it appears not. As of right now, anyway. I mean, we're only 10 games into the season. I suppose anything could happen, but it's not looking good. So stats so far, Kovalchuk with 8 points, Ferraro with 6, Peltonen with 5, Donovan with 5, I should say, Caberlet and Nash with 4, Nash with 3 goals. When did Nash get his first goal? So game by game, you have, where's his first goal here? I think it was, right here versus Tampa. Appears to be when he got his first NHL goal. And he had 92 defensive grade that game as well. Wow. Now let's check on goaltenders. You have Nermanen with a 907 and Hinlicka with a 916. So our goaltenders, given this situation, they're not doing terrible. You know, it's really the most we can ask for from them at this point of the GM mode. Like, they have a couple of the highest grades on our team. I mean, both of our goaltenders, grade-wise, are a couple of our best players. So we really can't fault them for any of this, given that, you know, we have guys down here in the 40s for their grade. Well, long season getting even longer here. Ray Ferraro goes down with an injury, our first-line center. So now, I believe, we have to call someone up because Corkum's in there twice. Yikes. How long is he out for? It's looking, it's 67% fitness, so that's probably going to be, I'm going to guess that's at least 10 days. It says day-to-day, but I'm going to guess it's at least 10 days, possibly 2 weeks. So we're going to send him to the injury list. Kaleo and Tremblay are also injured, so that certainly does not help our situation. We still have yet to have a win on the season. That is absolutely brutal. Let's just simulate ahead until we get something positive. There you go. There's something positive. Healthy player on the injury list of the Atlanta Thrashers. Barteko is back. So we'll get him back in the lineup. And Heatley is still a ways away, unfortunately. He's one of the guys who we really want to develop, but we can't at the moment. So Kovalchuk, Stefan, and Nash currently make up the first line, given that Ray Ferraro is out with an injury. So hopefully Colby and Nash can help carry that line offensively. Oh my goodness gracious. Peltonen injured. This is just yikes. Yikes. We're going to have to, I believe, call somebody else up here. But actually, worth noting, we did get our first win. We got our first win against, who was it? Let's see. It wasn't against Buffalo. We tied against them. We won against Chicago 3-0. Well, Ferraro's out again, and so is Stefan. So this is just... It's been a lot of the same for really the entire season. Just injury after injury, and currently only one win still. This is a yikes season if I've ever seen one. And we're going to have to call someone up because Odgers is in there twice. And this time, Ferraro's out long-term with a tricep strain for 2 to 3 weeks. That's unfortunate. It looks like Stefan is as well. He's got that 1% fitness. Hamstring strain 2 to 3 weeks. Ugh. I don't know how to explain this. This is 2 more injuries while we haven't gotten anybody back. Herkach and Scaldi, I don't even know who that is, are now out of our lineup. And we have to call up 2 more guys, it looks like. Herkach, it looks like they're both day-to-day. Yeah, they're both day-to-day, but still, we're going to have to put them in the IR in order to call a couple players up. So let's see, how many injuries is that? Just look at how many players this is. Heatley, Kovalchuk, who's back, but yeah, he has to stay on the injury list for 6 more days. Peltonen, Ferraro, Herkach, Scaldi, and Stefan all injured. Wow. Well, a little bit of good news here. Peltonen's back, so we'll get him back on the first line as... really, nobody else on this team belongs on the first line who's currently on the team right now, who's not on injured reserve. Kobe's back, so starting to get some better, progressively better news as we go through this simulation, although we are still... we are 1-16-5. Wow. This is a really bad team. And it appears Nathan Layler is... Wow. This is a rough season. Absolutely rough. I was expecting some sort of improvement, but this is just... Oof. We are almost in December, and only 1 win. So on a little bit more of a positive note here, we have the development report. Rick Nash with +1 to getting open and checking. Ballard with +1 to passing and defensive read, and Nurmanen +1 to professionalism. Oof. Another 9-month injury, another fractured skull. Brett Clark out for 9 months with a fractured skull. You gotta be kidding me. At least he's not too important of a player for us, but still, yeah, you hate to see injuries like those. Especially 2 of them happening at the same time. I mean, obviously, the injuries themselves didn't happen at the same time, but there's 2 players with fractured skulls on the IR right now. Now, given one of them will be back soon, but still, it seems like we are not, luck is not on our side at all. Now for the development report, yeah, Rick Nash with +1 to stamina, screening, and positioning. So Nash looks to be developing very nicely. 16 points in 35 games played. Brett Clark with the +1 to puck handling. Not that it really matters for him right now, given that he is going to be out of commission for a while. And we managed to get a couple more wins in there. We're 4-26-6, but this season overall, it's just one of those seasons where nothing can be done. We are just an extraordinarily bad team. So we're just going to go through the rest of the season here. I don't think I'm even going to interrupt the simulation for any more injuries. We're just going to fly through the rest of this simulation and get to the draft because this is just horrible. Actually, I will stop it for this. Danny Heatley is finally back from the injured reserve, so we're going to get him in the lineup, and hopefully he didn't lose too much development time there. Prospects are just going down left and right here. Keith Ballard out with a hamstring strain for 2 to 3 weeks. You gotta be joking. Rick Nash is down now. So this is fun. This is, How long is he out for? Please don't tell me too long. He's at 80%. All right, so 1 to 2 weeks. It's not bad. All right, so we're prior to the trade deadline here, and I just got to say one thing. We're not making any trades, first of all, but I just wanted to stop and say I got to give a lot of credit to Hinlicka and to Nurminen, who are being absolutely fantastic right now. A .932 save percentage for Nurminen and a .929 for Hinlicka. So our goaltenders are not to blame here. So we're at the end of the season here. We finished 20, 49, and 13. Definitely not what I was hoping for. I was hoping for at least 30 wins, but we did not even come close to that. In fact, we were worse than last season by 12 points. So that was just an unfortunate season for your Atlanta Thrashers. So Kovalchuk with 62 points, 30 goals, and 32 assists. I believe that is an improvement on last season. Slightly. He had 1 less assist, 4 more goals. Ferraro with 48 points. You had Nash with 32, Donovan with 32, Peltonen with 32, Caberlet with 27, Kallio and Svartvadet, I'm never going to get used to pronouncing that, with 25 points, 18 for Tremblay, 16 for Heatley and Ballard, and for Stefan as well. And then you have Reardon with 14, Herkoch with 13, Domenicelli with 11, and Tamer with 10. Everybody else with less than 10. And just an overall very, very bad season for your Atlanta Thrashers. But I have to say, I was really, once again, I was impressed with our goaltending. Nurminen with a .931 and Hinlicka with a .929. Both of them definitely justifying themselves to come back onto the roster next season. So, interesting thing here, we actually do not have any upcoming free agents at all. Not even our minor league team. It's completely empty. So I don't know if that's a glitch or if we really don't have any upcoming free agents. I've never had that happen before. I guess not. Yeah, all these guys are on 2-year deals or more. Well, actually, if we go to contracts, go to length, yeah, everyone's on at least 2 years. Okay. I mean, that works for me. Saves me the trouble of having to re-sign everyone there. So now let's take a look at our prospects and see how they're faring. Yanni Pikkinen is actually NHL ready with that 2-star ability. We can actually, I believe we can offer Pikkinen right now, but the thing is that would eat up a year of his entry-level deal if we were to offer him right now. So we're just going to hold off until July 1st. So guys who I was impressed with, obviously Nurminen and Hinlicka, they were phenomenal for the circumstances that we were in, especially with all the injuries that we had this year. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous how many injuries we had this year. Heatley was great. Caberlet was great as well with that 86 defensive grade. Colby was great as well with that average 67 all across the board, really. And then Peltonen, he was good. Reardon was good defensively as well, 78 defensive grade. 71 defensive grade for his Svartvadet. So, good defensive center there, it looks like. We could hold on to him maybe a little bit longer. Ferraro, the 64. Really, anybody above 60, that's a good enough grade for me for right now. But all these guys down here in the 50s, overall-wise, and then especially defensively, probably best if we release them. So guys like, well, not release them in this case, because everyone has at least 2 years on the contract. So that being said, I don't believe there's anything else to do until the draft here, which is July 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we could just go right to there. Well, there's obviously the playoffs, there's the awards, there is the Hall of Fame voting, but other than that, really not a whole lot to do. So we, as expected, did not have any award nominations because we were obviously a very bad team. And development report, let's see, Covey with +1 to team player, Nash with +1 to balance and shooting accuracy. And the development report for June, Rick Nash with +1s to shooting accuracy and stick checking. You have Ballard with a +1 to bravery, and then Stefan with a +1 to determination. So now we have the Hall of Fame vote. You got Bernie Nichols, Dino Ciccarelli, Doug Modes, Bernie Federico, Glenn Anderson, Dave Taylor, Brian Propp, Mark Howe, Steve Larmer, Bobby Smith, Doug Wilson, Brian Bellows, Dale Hunter, Brad McCrimmon, and Neil Broughton. I'd say Bernie Nichols for sure. He's got well over a point per game there. 1,209 points in 1,127 games. Dino Ciccarelli, 1,200 points in 1,232 games. Fedorko, he's well over a point per game. He played 1,000 games exactly in the NHL and 1,130 points. Mark Howe is really impressive with 929 games played in the NHL and 742 points. And not only that, but in the World Hockey Association, he had 501 games played there and 596 points. So I think it's got to be Nichols, Cicerelli, Fedorko, and Mark Howe. The Hart Trophy goes to Nicholas Lidstrom. The Conn Smythe goes to Rafalski. The Vezina goes to Hasek. The Norris goes to Leach. The Calder goes to Jay Bouwmeester. Yeah, no surprise there. I said during his draft video, he's very good. He gets very, very good. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to pick him up. I think he went 6th overall. Doug Risebrough, the GM of the year. The Selke goes to Mike Modano. The Maurice Richard goes to Teemu Selanne. And Selanne also gets the Art Ross. The Plus Minus Award goes to Brian Leach. The Saving Grace Award goes to Tomas Vokoun. The Jennings goes to Hasek. The Lady Byng goes to Selanne. The Masterton goes to Pronger. The Mark Messier Leadership Award goes to Yzerman. And Lidstrom wins the Ted Lindsay Award as well. Jacques Lemaire wins the Jack Adams. And the All-Stars announced. No one from your Atlanta Thrashers, of course. So, Hall of Fame runoff here. You have Bernie Fedorko as your only option, so you may as well select him. So here we go. Last day of the 2002-2003 season. And wow. We got all of the negative categories and none of the positive categories. Our total season score is 0. So that'll be just about it for this one. And in the next one, we will get to the year 2 draft. And we'll just be on our way to becoming a better team. Because as of right now, we're clearly still not anywhere close to where we need to be. So that being said, I'll end this one off here. And I'll see you guys in the next one.